Hello respected viewers, in this presentation I'll be talking about Nat Turner. Who was Nat Turner? Nat Turner was an African American slave who was well known for the rebellion he led in 1831. Family. He had a mother named Nancy, and it is believed that Nat's father ran away after Turner's birth. He had a paternal grandmother and a wife named Cherry Turner. Early life. Nat was born in a small plantation in Southampton County, Virginia, in the United States in 1800. He had an owner named Benjamin Turner, but after he died in 1810, his son Samuel Turner became the new owner. Now, we know although many slaves weren't given education, Samuel taught Turner how to read and write. And because Turner was really keen towards studies, he actually wanted to learn how to read and write. He was also very religious and spent most of his time in religious activities. Life as a slave. In 1821, Turner ran away probably because of workload, but he came back after 30 days after getting a vision from God to return and also due to extreme hunger. While working on Thomas More's plantation, Turner got his second vision. Thomas More was his new owner after Samuel Turner died. After this vision, Turner realized that something needs to change and he needs to step up. So, he started preaching other slaves, which gave him the title of prophet. And then later in 1828, he had his third vision. And in this vision, Turner had been told to wait for a major sign before starting the rebellion, and before that, he should keep all this information hidden. Then in 1831, after Thomas More died, he was under Joseph Travis. The rebellion. On August 13, 1831, a solar eclipse occurred, which Nat Turner took as the major sign, but unfortunately Nat Turner fell ill, due to which the rebellion was delayed. And then finally on August 21st at 2 a.m., 70 armed men with axes and knives set out, and they killed 55 white people, including women, children, and men. Now, obviously the white people were going to notice this, so they decided to attack. Some people got caught, but many were able to run away, including Nat Turner. The ones who got caught were obviously killed. Turner hid in different places, but then got caught on October 30th, and he was kept in county jail, and his confessions were also taken. And then on November 11th, he was executed and skinned. Here is the confession of Nat Turner. This is a primary source, as it was written in 1832 by Thomas R. Gray. And this source tells us about how Nat Turner should be executed or punished for killing white people. So we could say this source is biased because the reason as to why Turner was guilty of such crimes and the fact that he freed many slaves isn't mentioned over here. The audience would obviously be the court, because it is written addressing the court of Southampton. Now, we could say the source is somewhat reliable as it is an official order, but it is also is biased. The source is extremely useful for historians as it shows the aftermath of Nat's rebellion and how in the past there was racism against black people. Impact of Turner's life on slavery. In my opinion, what Nat did was completely right to spread more awarenesses about slavery, and he changed the way historians view slavery by demolishing a myth. The myth was that slaves were happy in their life, or they were too weak to do anything such as rebellion, but Nat Turner proved them wrong. And also till this day, Turner motivates people to follow the right path. However, in the past, many people thought that Nat Turner's education and beliefs were the root cause of the rebellion, which is the reason why all the slaves weren't allowed to meet, and there were strict restrictions about education. Now, Nat Turner had a major impact on many people, which is why a book was also written on him by William Styron in 1967. This book is a secondary source as it was written after Nat Turner died. This book is about Nat Turner's life after the slave revolt, And in my opinion, it can influence audience as it is written in first person, so it can be more engaging and understanding for the reader. And I wouldn't say this is a biased book because it's just a biography of a person, which makes the source very reliable. The audience for this source would obviously be anyone who reads it. Its motive was to allow people to read and imagine the difficulties Turner or any slave would go through. It's very useful as it is a biography of Nat Turner, and besides, it contains some actual words that Turner said. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.